What? And they don't have a clue who they'll fall in love, and here's the bottom line. Our trio's down to two. Oh, the sweet caress of twilight. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe OMI Definity DEVVE daCat DMC Shiro update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Got a bit to go over tonight. First message first. Please do not DM me on the new VeVe app chat. I will ignore you. I will not answer. That's just I can't. I'm not adding another. So it is so cool that they have that. I think it's great that they added it because this way people can say, oh, you have this for sale, instead of tagging them constantly in the feed. You can message somebody, say, oh, hey, you have this. Will you go down to this? Like, how close are we to getting a deal done? I think that's awesome. Unfortunately, it's nope. I can't have another messaging app. I can't do it. My mental. Remember in that one scene from Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Lady Galadriel says, like, your journey stands upon the edge of a knife. Stray but a little, and it will fail. That is exactly my mental health on these messaging apps, and any more added stress, and I'm not even going to say what I'm going to do. Anyway, VeVe's had a lot of things, a lot of announcements over the past couple of days, most of which I think is really bullish. So I'm going to try to come at this from a neutral point of view, because there's a lot of people that are finding this incredibly bullish. There's a lot of people that are finding this incredibly bearish. Out of the people that are finding it bearish, how many people actually believe it's bearish? How many people are just saying that just because they're fudders? I don't know. Now, granted, on the other end, you could say, like, okay, well, do you actually find this bullish, or is it just like you have to find it bullish because you're so invested and it has to work? That argument, although not always bad, it's just the people that I see make that argument. Like, is it actually bullish, or do you have to say it's bullish because you're down so bad? I've only ever seen that argued from the non-successful people side, where they go off and say, like, because they can't understand how it can be bullish. Like, they legit can't understand. And again, I'm trying to come at this at a very neutral point of view, even though I do think it's bullish. I can 100% explain why. But it's very much like the political discourse we see. The left hates the right because they think all the rights are Nazis, and the right hates the left because they think they're all dictators, and they all think that they are of a lower intelligence. And it's like, okay, if there's an interview, I think Chris Waltz in Inglourious Bastards plays a SS officer, and the guy that's interviewing says, like, how did you do such a good job at, like, portraying this evil? And Chris Waltz, like, what do you mean? Like this character isn't evil. And it's just that being like, every single person thinks they're doing good. Every single person, like, knows they know they're on the right side. And politically, economically, in love, war, like, everyone thinks, like, you talk to, like, a guy and a girl that, like, just broke up. It was all her, man. All chicks are crazy. And the girl's like, oh my God, he was toxic. He was horrible. And they're both probably to blame. But nobody ever thinks they're in the wrong. So I'm going to try to come at this from a curiosity point of view. Hey, why do you think the way you do? Why do you think the way you do? I can explain both sides, but again, we'll go over it. Before we get to that, though, it's been a couple days since I've had a very, 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 very crazy 10 days. So yeah. Anyway, let's start off on daCat. No, we're going to start off on Shiro. Shiro's up about 8%, 8.5% on the day. Not bad. 500,000 in volume, $8 million market cap. I will take that on the day. I'm not. Shiro's had this game that came out like last week, and it's been pretty cool. I have not now. I have not yet. I had the high score on that for a minute, but I haven't really had too much time to play it. Let me raid. Oh, they're actually 5 hours ago. Our Shiro pause forward team is on their way to Pakistan as we speak. Can't wait to see what kind of impact we can make. This is just the beginning. So this is from a pause from Pakistan, a Shiro initiative, or pause for Pakistan. Saying we're thrilled to share something truly special. Shiro stepping beyond the blockchain and into real world impact. This month, Toasty Tony 247 will be flying to Pakistan to meet Dark Knight Forever with a full camera crew to capture the incredible mission. Sponsoring a full year of food, fans, and support for a local pet charity, delivering rations and necessities directly to families in need. This is more than just a milestone for Shiro. It's a celebration of what a community-powered project could achieve when people come together. We're calling this initiative Pause Forward. Such a good name. Because crypto isn't just about charts and tokens. It's about real change, real kindness, and real people. Thank you to everyone in the Shiro community who makes moments like this possible. This is just the beginning. There are probably multiple reasons to pick Pakistan. I mean, I'm glad they're doing it with animals. There is no shortage of animals in need in every country in the world. Why they chose Pakistan, not really sure. Reminds me of that scene on the beach where there's like hundreds of thousands of starfish that are like beached and they can't get back into the ocean, and this one dude is just picking up starfish, tossing them back in, and another dude that's like with him's like, bro, like you're not going to make a difference. There's like a million starfish on this beach, and he looks at him and says, well, you know, it makes a difference to this one, you know, toss them back in. As a very pro-American, I would love to see stuff done in America, but as an animal lover, wherever you want to go in and help animals, you know, that can't be bad. I think that's definitely a positive. You can get to the greater good there. Okay, where is the greatest number of good for the greatest number of animals? And I don't know. I don't know how those charts would look. I don't know how that analysis would look. But you know, at any rate, I'm glad that they're doing it. At any rate, I'm curious to see, you know, how big of an impact it makes, and I'll be here to report on it. 5 hours ago, Shiro Nico says, cats don't panic in bear markets. They stretch, they nap, and come back stronger. Check out Shiro first Medium post. Oh, I did not know they did this. I did not know they had a Medium post. If there's one thing cats and crypto investors have in common, it's resilience. Markets dips, rugs get pulled, memes come and go. Yet, just like a determined alley cat, we always land on our feet. At Shiro, we call this the 9 lives of crypto. 9 lessons every holder can use to survive the chaos. Curiosity is strength. Don't get reckless. Land on your feet, even after a fall. Patience is catnip for your portfolio. The power of pride, aka community. Adapting to new environments. 6 is guard your territory, meaning security first. 7 is stay agile, opportunities move fast. 8 is know when to rest. And 9 is always chase the laser pointer, vision. So I thought that was really cool. That's really awesome. And that is it for the Shiro Nico. Now let's do daCat. Let's go over, and I think daCat's gotten wrecked this past couple of days, as did most of the market. No, daCat's actually up 5.5% on the day, so I'll take that. $2,200 in volume, $2.7 million market cap. Let me see how much liquidity we have. I know we did fall under 600,000 in liquidity. Oh, we are back up. We are $606,000 in liquidity, which I thought was really cool. Good times. Hopefully we hit a bottom. We'll see. People are really liking the monkey comic. The people that have showed it to. The artist for daCat we'll finish in September. We should finish in September. If not, we'll do October release, maybe for Comic-Con, maybe not. You know, we'll see. I'll keep you all posted with it. This is kind of where it all comes together. Like I can kind of tell when people that are interested in comics or just people that are fans of mine, but they'll watch me, like they'll be interested in it, they'll read it, and they'll give it the time that that it deserves. I can very much tell when people are genuinely interested versus they're being nice. And I'm not gonna lie, that is a big hump to overcome. Because I want, like, it's a great story and it's fantastic writing. Unfortunately, I just think that some of the people that I've tried to talk to about it is like, it's like, okay, this is gonna be harder than I thought to try to find the genuinely interested. Like, and again, I'm friends with everyone. I'll just like, hey, do me a favor, buy this, and they'll go and do it. Right? It'll be like $9, $10. But the other one, oh, excuse me, buying it is one thing, and numbers are great, and calculating revenues is fun. But people genuinely interested, I'm really curious on how many people we get from that. Yeah, I'm really curious about that. We'll see. I mean, everyone's going to want, like, people buy Ladies on Solana, people buy the Shiro comic. I didn't write any of the Shiro comic. People like Monkey, Space Penguins. The ones that I really that are imperative to, like, again, if you don't read Ladies on Solana, like you're not going to be confused when daCat number 3 comes out and they're in it. You're not going to be like, oh man, what is, like, they'll be introduced in there. Same with Solana Wolfpack, but Space Penguins, you really need to read Space Penguins to kind of get the full thing of the story. There are things that happen in main story daCat line that only happens in Space Penguins number 1, and you're going to be like, what the heck happened? And again, great speeches in that. And then you're going to read daCat number 3, and then you're going to need to read Nike number 1, and then you're going to need to read DigiJoints number 1, which is basically Nike number 2, and then daCat number 4 or 5, etc. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's do Delorean, do DMC, see where they're at. Delorean is down about 4% on the day to 004. So I think it's fine. 15 million in volume. The volume is greater than the market cap. Market cap's 12-ish million. Let's see if they have anything on their X. Oh my gosh, my body. Excuse me. Delorean Labs, 224,000 followers. It's from 2 days ago. It said Delorean team was in full force at the prestigious Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, which is the flagship event of Car Week, held in the iconic Pebble Beach golf links. I feel like I've been there. Concours d'Elegance is considered the world's most premier celebration of the automobile. I had a pleasure of speaking with numerous major automotive companies and Delorean enthusiasts from around the world who are excited about our upcoming EV and the brand's future plans. Everyone has their own unique Delorean story or favorite classic DMC feature. 2022, we revealed the new Delorean Alpha 5 at Car Week and sold out of 1-year production build slots shortly after. Today, we are on track, operating with speed and precision, as the average time from concept vehicle to production is 5 years. But we are not just releasing the car, we are launching the car of crypto and the future. The first time a major car brand has fully committed to building on-chain, and we are proudly doing so with our partners at Sui Network. Here are several things that we've learned from our experience from this year's Car Week and some important feedback we would like to share as Delorean ascends into the future. Community is everything. Education. There's a dual education process happening simultaneously. Our Web2 fans who perhaps have never held a digital asset are intrigued and eager to join Delorean's new ecosystem. We welcome the team with open arms and are excited to include them on this brand's new journey. Oh my God. I don't know how much else I want to read on that. We didn't dip our toes in, we jumped in. That is a bold Delorean way of innovation that has inspired automotive design language and culture as we know it today. The market is looking for substance, and we're going to give it what it's asking for. This won't happen overnight, but in time, Delorean stand side by side with all other top tokens, and it will also appeal to the next wave of sophisticated buyers who want to support a serious project that is backed by a trusted brand they know and love. This is your chance to steal the almanac and bet on the future with the company. This is great. This is a great write-up. Delorean 5 hours ago says hype fades, vision execution leads to legacy, $DMC. And that was that. All right, let's do Definity has just been getting wrecked this week. So this like last week and a half. So what happened was last week you had 2 people dump their entire bags, it wasn't much, right? It's like $6 grand, $8 grand, whatever. Brought it down from like 3.7 cents to like 3 cents or 2.8. Then we get another dude that dropped like another 8K, got it down to about 2 cents. So you're down at like 45% from its 3.7 highs just last week. So I, of course, unloaded a little bit. And this only happened on Uniswap, because if you go to DEFX, oh god, I put XDFX, DEFX, and if you take a look at that on MEXC, it's still 33 cents, where on Uniswap it's not 3.3 cents, where on Uniswap is 2.4 cents. So there is that big chance for arbitrage. I'll show you the last 7 days where it just step down, step down, step down, step down, step down, and that last person that dumped like 8K, they still have like 40K left. What are they going to dump it down to 001 or to 1 cent? I have no idea. What? Why give me 1 sec. Of course, man. Like I don't know why. My friends are hysterical. I love them. It makes me so upset when God. Anyway, love my friends. So that's Definity. I put in another grand over Definity, this past week. Kept going down, a couple hundred here, kept going down, a couple hundred there. I will be in New York for I think just a couple nights. I really don't want it. Yeah, I'll be there for just a couple nights, probably in October. Yeah, Debbie got the shit kicked out of it too. I am pretty much out of expendable cash. Let me type in the DEVVE. Okay, well, DEVVE's actually up 6% today, but it was down to like 40, low 40 cents. I think it was like 42 cents at one point, up to 46 cents now. Again, like crypto's just gotten the shit kicked out of it. Bitcoin was at like 112.9. It's up to 114 now, but a month ago, not even a month ago. When was this? On August 13th, we were at 123. And then we dropped down to 112, losing like 10 grand. Like, it was kind of a lot. Back up to 114 now. So again, it's actually up on the day, very slightly. And then ETH, I think ETH went down to like 4K at one point. It went down to $4,070, up to 4,300 now. So again, a little bit of a snap back, but you're up to 4,700, like 4,800, a week ago. And to lose like 20% is like, okay, that's a lot. So I'm pretty happy the way it's rebounded. I'm okay with that. Did DEVVE Definity? Let's do a Komi. Komi had some wildness happen. It was at like 00018, goes up to 0002, goes back down to 00018, and we're up 6% on the day to 00019. People have been very, and this is where I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Yeah, people becoming big mad. The stupid fodder arguments I'm not going to go over, but okay, we can go and talk about the title of this video is Consequences of OMI to Gem on VeVe, and I think many of them are going to be positive, but yeah, short term, Todd's down like 25%. Like Todd Batman was over $400, and now it's $300. Partner statue was at like $1,500, and now it's down to I think $1,150. So a lot of the gains that Todd and partner statue had made over the last couple of months were erased in like 48 hours. So it's like, okay, well, this is clearly a negative consequence, but is that going to be the negative consequence? Is that going to continue? I think probably not. At some point, I think it was. I mean, also you had the market that just took a giant shit. So that is definitely part of the reason as well. But yeah, it is definitely pronounced by the short-term bearish people that are saying, okay, you have VeVe and Akomi saying, and let's go over the bear argument, like, because let's look about how it looks saying, okay, we're able to put money in and not take it out. Why? Okay, so the big reason for that is because you want to give utility back to OMI, and publicly that's probably the reason is like, well, we want to give utility to OMI. Privately, I would venture to guess that it's kind of a liability for VeVe to have to, one, lose 30% on every single gems that are bought because of the Apple store, because Apple is being fucking dicks about it. Google, same thing. Like, that 30%, like fuck them for like raping their customers that want to just like try to make a living. They're like, no, we're gonna take 30% of that. Like fuck them. And this is what happens. Okay, like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Okay, this is what's going to happen, and now we're going to cut gems out. So Apple, you could have been really cool about it and be like, yeah, we'll take 5%, 10%. And now people are just saying like, F you, we're going to do it this way, and you're going to lose out on likely hundreds of millions. Again, do they care? No, they're making money hand over fist. But multiply this by everyone on the App Store that's going to do it. Greatest move by VeVe ever. Wes coming in with the positive news, with the positive spin over here. So again, you have this liability where VeVe was left vulnerable. Like, hey, we can put stuff in, we'll take stuff out, and it cost them 30%. Now their margins are going to be so much better because they're not going to have to pay people out anymore. Like the community will be the ones that pay. If you want to sell on Stacker. And I mean, granted, you don't have to sell on Stacker. You can by all means sell on the VeVe market. Like that's never going away. So I see like a common misconception. It's like, they're getting rid of gems. And it's like, no, gems will still be there. They're still going to have a secondary market on VeVe. And if you already have OMI, you can convert your OMI to gems and buy it on, like, if there's something that you want, like a certain mint or anything, and it's going to be cheaper on the VeVe app to buy it there as opposed to Stacker, which most times a lot of things are cheaper on Stacker, but not everything's listed on Stacker. A lot of people still listing on VeVe. If there's one person that's like, listen, I just want gems, I don't care about OMI, I'm going to take this particular, let's say, 2-digit Todd statue, right? And I'm going to sell it for gems. Okay, if somebody's really heavy in OMI and they don't have gems, they're just going to use the OMI to gem, and then they'll go in and they'll buy it with that. So the secondary market on VeVe is not going away. I think a issue with some people are saying like, okay, how are you going to expect grandma to do this? Grandma is not going to want to create a stacker and worry about OMI and bridging to base and bridging to all, and I get it. Grandma's probably going to have an issue with it. So hopefully they have somebody that can walk them through it and be like, okay, grandma, you make a stacker account. It's you pick whatever email you want, and it's like signing up for anything else. You have an email, you have a password, and that's it. Okay, now you connect your VeVe, app to it. How do I do that? Okay, here's this place. You just connect VeVe, you sign in, same as you would normally onto VeVe. And I get it with older people, like, I have passwords for everything, and now I have to go find the VeVe password, and I have to do it. I get it. Once it's done, okay, now how do I list? Okay, show them how to list. You list for a certain amount of OMI. It shows you the fees right away, how much you're listing for, how much you'll get. And then wait for someone to buy. It's like, okay, now Sonny, how do I cash out? Like, okay, you have this OMI, it's on base. What you can do is you could swap it for Ethereum right on Stacker, or swap it for USDC right on Stacker. You convert it to ETH. Again, gas fees are sponsored, and showing them how to do this is not hard. And then you send it to a Coinbase. You send it to somewhere where they're going to cash out, and that's it. So is that going to be hard for some people? Yeah, it will. Is that going to be a barrier for entry? No. The people, like, it makes it a lot easier for crypto native people to go in and transact with this. It's going to be a lot of burn on OMI, which will be great. And it is a, what do you call it? Like I said, it's going to be massive utility for OMI, massive use case, massive volume. I guess another thing is that, like, there's going to be sell pressure. I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there will be sell pressure. I think the sell pressure will be a, oh God, hang on. Sorry, getting a message here from someone. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, sell pressure on OMI. I'm sure there will be. However, comma, you know that in order to buy the things on Stacker, people are either going to have to buy OMI to get it, or they're going to have to use their existing OMI. Either way, it's going to be really great for the burns. But yeah, let's say there is, because if you don't have any OMI and you want to buy this collectible on Stacker, you have to buy OMI to do it. So a lot of people are going to do that. Like, well, Chavez, there's going to be some people that already have OMI, giving it to these people at these low prices, and then what's going to happen is you take that OMI that hasn't been bought in years. Nobody's buying it to buy this. They already have it. You're giving it to someone that's going to sell it, and that creates downward pressure. Yes, there are stuff like that that's going to happen. How much of that though is going to be sell pressure for? I mean, you get like between $1 and $2 million in volume a day. Is this going to add an extra $1 million of sell volume? No. That would be wild because the burn on that would be insane. The burn on that, they'd burn a lot of OMI for that. That'd be like a billion a day, right? No, it's like 100 million a day, which is still pretty cool. Because then in a month you burn 3 billion OMI, right? That'd be insane. I'm kind of saying, hey Randy, what's going on? Randy to OMI to gems. Of course, sub zombie. 100% West, Coach Disease. Randy said, don't text me. Pretty much. I will 100% be with all of y'all whenever there's events. Y'all can message me on X if you want to wait 3 to 5 business days, or potentially me not get back to you. But breaking news, nobody. Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me go to. Let me put this on my Snapchat. Hey Snapchat. So there's a new update on the VeVe app, and I know y'all don't care about that, but I had to go in and tell people on live stream and pretty much, yeah. Okay, that was fun. I'm gonna spotlight my story. Okay, that's what's gonna be. ETH whales now have the option to buy gems. That's true. Something I didn't even think of, Wes. Good job. Good point. It's that we. Shit. Sorry. Other text. I already don't get back to my friends, and I wish I had more time. If you are an ETH whale and you wanted to buy a partner statue, well, now you can convert, to you can sell your ETH for OMI, convert it to base, and then buy it. So it's pretty easy. But if you want to buy something that's only available on the app, and it's like, okay, listen, I can totally do the crypto. I'm not about to do this gem. I'm not about to sell my Ethereum, put it in my bank account, and then put my bank, creating that taxable event, and then buying this gem. They weren't doing that. But now if they just swap for OMI and then take that OMI to gem thing, and let's go to OMI to gem now and see what we're about, son. What is changing with gems on VeVe? Well, on November 19th, 2025, collectors will be able to convert their OMI tokens for gems via Stacker. To enable this exciting change and to ensure VeVe users are protected when purchasing digital assets, some other changes will be made to gems on the VeVe from that date. Gems will become an in-app licensed product sold by VeVe that is non-transferable and non-withdrawable, similar to in-app currencies on digital platforms like Roblox, Twitch, or Discord. Roblox has Robux. I think Fortnite has V-Bucks. You know the gist. Legal arrangements that underpin the current gem structure will end, and new VeVe terms of use and new terms of payment, now called terms for gems, will take effect. Any gems in your VeVe account will automatically be converted into non-transferable and non-withdrawable gems on a one-to-one gem basis. So again, this does happen on November 19th. I know there's some dumb people out there like, oh, they rugged us. Like I've literally seen people say that. I was like, dude, you can still cash out for fiat if that's what you want until November 19th. Like nobody is stopping you. You can do it. Why are these changes being made to gems? So here's what they're saying publicly. Ensuring our collectors have the choice when they use VeVe is important to us, and bringing further utility from the OMI token has always been part of VeVe's vision. The ability to purchase gems with OMI extends choice and provides flexibility for VeVe and stacker collectors. Protecting our users is also important. It's paramount. So these changes ensure VeVe's platform remains scalable and secure for all, and pave the way for VeVe to add other new features or incentives with gems going forward. Users will wish to acquire gems with their OMI tokens will be able to do so via their self-custody wallet on Stacker. That's how you'll be able to convert OMI tokens to gems. You could also purchase just gems the normal way as well. You can still withdraw gems before 18 November. That's fine. You can make more than one withdrawal. You can make as many withdrawals as you want. Currently, you need to do KYC to do a withdrawal. But here's the other thing that people are not talking about. Like, I don't believe this is going to be I don't think KYC is going to be an issue anymore. Because you need KYC to sell and transfer out, right? MTL, money transmitter license. But you're not going to be needing KYC to go on and just buy stuff. So KYC is generally a big barrier to entry. But now that you come in and say, like, you don't need the KYC, girl. Oh, haven't drank a lot of water today, so that was well needed. Energy, what up, Archer? Sorry, I messaged you on the app. You could anyone could always message me, not on the app. I feel. And this is my problem, right? Like, this is nobody else's problem. And this is not this serious. I don't mean to be this dramatic. I think Ashton Kutcher is in this movie. He's like a pararescue jumper. He's not that badass, but when there's a call to helicopters come in, people are drowning. He goes to save them, right? And his like mentor says there are decisions where you're going to have to decide who lives and who dies. In that same breath, I'll go ahead and say, in the moment, I have to say, okay, like, someone who do I text back first? And I do the best that I can. It will never be enough, and that's as my thing right now. But I have to kind of decide, okay, who do I get back to today? How do I do this? And it's even in like love, right? Even in like, I don't know how I'm gonna have any type of relationship where it's like, hey, like, I'm so busy throughout this day, and yeah, when you're taking a shit, you can do a text or a 2-minute call, but like, I have to schedule time. Like, hey, can I call you this time? Can we call and it's, yeah, scheduling that stuff is, and I have to do it, because if I don't do it, then it doesn't happen. So anyone can always text whenever they want. It's just, I feel like shit when I don't get back to them, because like, and most people are pretty chill with it. Like, dude, get back to me when you can. No, you're busy. But there's some that like really make you feel like shit. Like, bro, like, all right, I see where I am on the priority list. Like, I see, and it's like, I fucking, I wish there was 6 of me, and I wish there was, and I feel really shitty because it's not. Yeah, like part of it is that they're right. It's like, hey, I have this person that's a business partner. I have this person that this could make me a lot of money, and it's just, it shows you, it's an unfortunate look. It's unfortunate magnifying glass and it holds up a mirror to yourself. You have to. It shows yourself where you're placing these people, and I wish it didn't. I really wish it didn't, because it says that, okay, all right, you're putting work first, you're putting money first, you're putting this first, and it's not like I go in and I make this money for, to just go to strip clubs and bars and go to, spend it on hard drugs and, flash cat. Not like, this is all for animal charity in the future. Like, this is that part hasn't changed. Again, implementing that greater good theory, trying to do the best for the largest number of beings, the most amount of good for the largest number of beings. And unfortunately, when you text me of a funny video of a panda sneezing and scaring its mouth, it's like, that's amazing, and I love that, and I love you, and I wish I could share in this moment with you. I just don't have time. But again, obviously, question, like, to better understanding people's understandings of things. Like, this is why I do this every night. Like, come ask me anything right now. This is the time in which I have for it. I will answer any and all questions from that. But it's just on my I don't want to say off, on my time where it's like, okay, in between meetings, in between whatever, yeah, it just gets hard. So I would prefer people ask it here. And I understand, like, hey, Chavez, it's now 8:36 and you're on the message from 8:12. I don't have time to wait, 20 minutes. Okay. If time is, leave a $2 super chat and I will get to your question right away. All these meme names sound ridiculous. Some of them are. John Dingby says, use the coin, now listed on Coinbase. Man, John Dingby is not a fan of OMI. I don't know why he's here. I don't know why he comes in and he talks about this when clearly wrong. Wes says, genuinely curious, why did you think OMI will never see triple zeros again? Well, at the time, there was a couple of friends that just like, we're gonna buy the shit out of it. Like, they, had their stacks of a lot of money on the side, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna at this price we'll buy the shit. I was like, okay, cool. And then, the entire bear market like took out. I guess they're like, okay, yeah, alts will go down and this will go down, and but Bitcoin's not going to go down that much. ETH's not going to go, and then just everything got wrecked. And then it wasn't just crypto that got like some stocks did pretty well. I mean, stock market's at all-time highs now. But at the time, the friends that I knew that had this amount of money is like, we're just, because at that point, if it would have just gone down to that, it would have been like, okay, it went down 70% or whatever. We'll buy the shit out of it at that point at 001. And then everything went down. Like, I just don't think they were expecting things to go down like 99.5%. And then it did. And they're like, okay, we might as well wait and we'll do it the smart way. And instead of defending the floor at 001, they're like, okay, 004, or I'm sorry, 0004, 0002. And then it's just, I think a lot of them got frustrated. Like, hey, we put in quite a bit. Like, they put in more money than I did. And they're just like, and also they were OMI maxis, and they didn't really have anything else. So when I get them into, hey, you should buy a couple $100,000 worth of Definity and a couple $100,000 worth of DEVVE, and maybe you should buy some daCat, and they just kind of spread it around, which is fine, especially down here. But at the time, it was like, okay, yeah, these guys are super serious. They're going to buy the shit out of it 001, and they did. And then it kept going, and it's like, okay, 0007, okay, 0004, okay, so I guess just they and I weren't expecting the 99.5% or 99.8 and 0.9 down from those all-time highs, but yet it did. It surprised us. Cray Mountain says, Cray Mountain reposted the stream. Oh, I thank you, fam. JKRB, what's going on? How's it going? It says, hi to all. Mark Quinn says, let's go. It says, will you be able to buy gems through the VeVe app or only using? You could still do both. You could do it through Stacker or through VeVe, either or. whichever your heart desires. Deadline says, new OMI change is amazing. I agree. I think it is as well. As I'd rather have ETH whales in VeVe instead of grandma. I mean, I'd like to have both, because if you get the masses, like ETH whales are not a large part of the population. If you're 15, everyone's got a grandma, right? Like, not everyone, but most people at like 12, 15 probably still have a grandma, right? Some people at 30 have a grandma. Like, some people at 50 have, probably not. Some people at 30, 30s probably still have grandmas, I think. Some. But I just, if the masses come and then the masses grandmas come, like, okay, well, you could potentially have 100,000 grandmas, right? I don't think there are 100,000 ETH whales. If there are, great. Great. Cray Mountain says OMI probably will move in January. NFT goes last. You can't. I mean, NFTs recently, like Moonbirds went to like $17,000 the other day. There are some NFTs that are moving now. If you can't wait and sell, come back when ETH is at 6 to 7K. Might be able to. Oh lordy. How's the tourney going? I think I misspelled tournament wrong. When you're every day on your own, and here it goes. Oh, fucking Mark. That's hysterical. I love you, man. Hold on, let me. Yeah. As I get along with everyone as long as they're not being stupid. Like Rainbow Dash says, quit being stupid. Okay, we got sell pressure. We got a Randy. We got sell pressure. We've got a Randy. You guys, another opportunity to buy. It does seem like it. Does seem like it. Still in. Oh, rough. A buddy of mine's playing a poker game, and I don't know if they're doing that hot. Hated this move at first. I'm starting to think about it. I'm starting to understand. VeVe OMI to the moon. I think so too. Do I cash out fiat? How do I cash out fiat right now? You go to app.vv.me. You go to that website, and I think there's something that says like cash out or withdraw, and then you just connect it to your bank. That should be it. Yeah, don't read the blog. Oh my God. How are you, like, guys, the blog takes like 2 minutes to read. I don't know why. Buddy of mine says crypto as a whole can't remember anything that happened more than 7 days ago, because they can only see 1 day in the future. It's fair. Give me 1 second, guys. Yep, agreed. Yep. Sorry about that. Thanks for the answer. No problem. All right, almost done here, and then I'll do the news, and there's a lot of it. VeVe Vet says, "What up? How's it going, fam? Hope you're doing well." Just identifies the technology has a weird trickle up effect. Up is in higher age, like Facebook starting off for kids and students, and today the most active people are 60 plus. Grandmas and VVs means we've made it. It might. Kuma says, "What's up, Randy? Out to dinner tonight. I had to stop in real quick and say what up to the fam. Can't wait to see you this weekend, bro. I'm so excited, bro. That's so soon. I get to see you and Tammy on the 23rd, and then I think Magic and the Omi homies Max and Jane come in on the 26th. We're getting our tattoos on the 29th. Let me see something here. Yeah. 1, 2, meow, 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 and meow about meow, meow. Some of the people watching will be in Florida and might get one if you come on. When you're spending every day on your own, and here it goes. I'm just a kid. Tattoo, I can see, or oh yeah, you can totally see. I think I'll wait for the reveal, and then I'll keep y'all posted. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my, oh my, good golly gosh, my God. Sorry. Days are pretty nice. Okay, where are we going at for the last couple days here? Should we do Sunday? A bunch of VeVe Gold logos have sold. And then a bunch of Akomi Secret Rare logos have sold as well. Shout out to VeVe Magic for being level 80. Oh, I think I did Sunday. All right, we're going to get up to VeVe Meister saying Gundam, Dragon Ball, Pac-Man, Tekken, incoming VeVe fam. Check this out. David Yu started following a rather new X account from Bandai about the new Gundam trading card game. There's no digital component to it yet. Bandai and Namco merged in 05, and if you grew up playing the Nintendo Entertainment System, you know them. They're huge in Japan. While the Pokemon Company lost interest in their digital TCG, it still vehemently refuses to embrace blockchain technology. Bandai Namco, research and related entities, engaged significantly with blockchain and Web3. Speculation, VeVe acquired a Bandai Namco license. Cheers, might be a big nothing burger, but we all love to speculate, don't we? And that is now followed by the David Yu. Love that, love that. Newgrounds officially brings Flash games back from the dead, which is dope. Brian McSpadden on VeVe Facebook says last OMI Stacker World giveaway attempts didn't move the needle and led to only one big potential deal that got reneged on. Trying a different approach, spend $500 on anything regardless of quantity and get $100 back in OMI, 20% cash back offer, but $500 minimum required. As always, willing to work a quantity deal or negotiate current listing price using in Omaha set hike. Offer ends on the 17th. That was a couple days ago. MetaPlanet buys another 775 Bitcoin worth $90 million. They now hold 18,888 Bitcoin worth $2.2 billion. Who did this? My side. Thanks, Bay. Oh, it was 5 minutes ago. That was my bad. My bad. My bad. Formally mention market cap. Yeah, there's OMI stuff, or there's DEVVE stuff. All right, all right. Maybe the market is recovering. Oh, me and Brittany and Matt on deck 3 years ago. 3 years ago? 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Oh, that was good times. Oh, missed that gal. Yo, what up, Bill Gardner? How's it going, fam? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, I never sent this to Megan, did I? Okay, gotta send that to Megan. Michael Saylor's strategy buys another 430 Bitcoin worth 49.47 million. DEVVE saying, what will access to the public shard look like? The first step is getting testnet for public shard up and running, and people can explore and build, and that is happening this quarter, and I can't wait. CMB International Securities, a subsidiary of China Merchants Bank, to open crypto trading, China entering the crypto space. Again, Tom Lee's Bitmine immersion just bought $1.62 billion worth of Ethereum, giga bullish. President Trump's administration in talks to take 10% ownership stake in Intel, which is bananas. VeVe Viral says, not financial advice, but bookmark this. This month, Ethereum will hit new all-time high, and I will sell. I will then wait until the big September dip and put those funds into accumulating more of my favorite safe big caps, and I will sell those after about 2 to 4x. I guess he's certain that a big dip will happen in September. I think the big dip kind of happened just now this past weekend. Because in Q4 and part of Q1 2026, I expect many X's from my favorite small caps, OMI included. I will take profits very slowly, DCA out, then sit on the sidelines until around August of 26, when I will begin accumulating Bitcoin again. Okay. Legal tax bill. Okay, Shannon and God, what's his name? Oh God, what the fudge is his name? Shannon and Scott haven't gotten back to me. Copy. Oh gosh, copy that. Oh geez. Waiting for them. Waiting for them to set up escrow account, closing, and clean. We'll call them a bunch tomorrow, and I will get it handled. What is this video? Oh my God. Oh my God. There's Wendy over there. There's me and BJ. Oh my God, that video. That video, I love that. Can't believe you still have that. That's incredible. Oh, my friends forgets. Okay, channel handle. Okay. Okay, will do. I will be on Shannon like white on rice. Okay. I will be all over. Oh, I'm gonna have to redo that paperwork. I'm so sorry, guys. The other work is calling me. However, what I will say, as far as other work is concerned, I'm gonna ask y'all to smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. Free ways are Patreon, especially the super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Good time. Public facing side of things. Time you say, yep. Clear JavaScript is done. Java's far from done. I don't ever give up. I will have to be dead, completely incapacitated. I will never give up. Okay, moving on. Where were we? Trump backs Hamas annihilation. Hours later, they agree to a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release. All right, let's go. They have officially given an official way to pronounce Rayquaza, and it's Rayquaza, mother flappers. Rayquaza. Suck it. Treasury Secretary Bessent says crypto stablecoins will expand dollar access for billions across the globe. I agree. BlackRock bought another 4,719 ETH worth about $20.4 million on Coinbase. Big Shot says many of these tweaks are minor and most collectors will not notice, but once these little weirdos are seen interacting and engaging with content in various media, it will all make sense. Love that stuff on VeVe. 133 billion Van X says Bitcoin will hit $180,000 by the end of 2025. I think that's a little low. Let's freaking go. Pat MCB 6969, nice, is the newest level 100. Shout out to them. We got over here, Capitalist Pig. Give me the straight fire. Love it, my man. Get that bread. What do we have here? Core updates, in-app chat. Yeah, in-app chat. Oh God, I'm dying. Woo. Improved search, enhanced product displays, VeVeverse developments, and what's ahead. Community and convention highlights. So yeah, being able to go in and spend your OMI at events is gonna be heckin' dope. Am I gonna do that? Heck no. Keeping my OMI. But other people will use their OMI and it'll get burned and it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Let me do a quick overview of a couple of things. In-app features, it's great for people that do that. I don't really want the in-app features. For me, I have to figure out a way to turn off messaging. Enhanced product pages. Product display pages are now include multiple images, AR, and reveal videos, and collectible info consolidated in one location, which is really nice. You have improved search, so fully revamped search, and with broader keywords, fuzzy logic filters. Future updates will add autocomplete and more features. Ongoing backend optimization to support increasingly complex and detailed user-created spaces, sometimes kilometers in length, significant performance and stability improvements. Space portals. Soon, users will be able to create portals connecting different rooms, areas in their VeVeverse spaces, enabling curated journeys from a car collection to a more Star Wars room. And there's mobile optimization. Updates are underway to ensure the mobile experience remains smooth as asset complexity continues to rise, because the assets are looking better. Live events and community engagement. Recent highlights is presence at major events like NFC, Lisbon, London Comic-Con, San Diego, including an exclusive Ashcan comic collaboration with Ridley Scott and Johnny Depp, and Web3 conferences across Europe. That thing is still out there. Johnny Depp, if you want to come on the show, you can get. If you want to come on the show, you can go in and get a gold logo. Upcoming appearances at DesignerCon Hong Kong, New York Comic Con, and a 5th anniversary celebration at DesignerCon Las Vegas. Enhanced co-founder leadership model. VeVe has shifted back to a co-founder-led model, allowing faster decision-making, tighter community connection, and sharper product focus. This has led to more agile business practice and a renewed emphasis on making the platform fun and innovative. Portals, yeah, portals do sound sick, bro. Thanks for being a member. You know what I mean? OMI token and ecosystem, expanded utility. VeVe now allows OMI token holders to use OMI for physical merch payments at select events. And the long-awaited OMI to gem feature is rolling out, letting users convert OMI tokens into gems for use within the app. Wallet and exchange partnerships. OMI is now supported on Base Wallet and Binance Wallet, with more integrations and partnerships in the pipeline. Then there's future plans. Exclusive OMI-only drops and special physical, and digital products for OMI token holders are in development. Community commitment. The company reiterated that OMI remains critical to its vision, promising ongoing expansion of utility and integration. Then you have VeVeverse and making collecting fun again. VeVeverse, the metaverse component, is out of MVP and continues to receive enhancements based on user feedback and usage trends, with a focus on making the process enjoyable for both new and longtime collectors. Company highlighted efforts to onboard and educate new users, as well as making creative collecting experiences as accessible as possible. Business vision and industry reflections. VeVe markets its 5th year, crediting community support for its survival and growth through industry ups and downs. They see competition as healthy for the overall collectibles and NFT space. They aspire to bring digital collecting into the culture mainstream, suggesting that early digital collectibles like first appearance Batman or Mickey Mouse will grow in significance over time. Key takeaways: VeVe focusing on user experience, community engagement, and robust new app features in 2025. Let's go. Yeah, good times, good times. Let's see what we have here. Common questions, gems to OMI. They're not going to do that. Is there an alternative way to sell my licensed collectibles for value? Yeah, since the launch of Stacker, you can do that. What is changing the VeVe market? To allow VeVe to integrate gems as a licensed digital product. VeVe will act as the intermediary for all transactions in VeVe's secondary market. This means buying and selling will be smoother and more secure for our collectors. That's really cool. You will have to accept new terms of service on VeVe as of 19 November. And that's it. That's it for that. Randy, how you feeling? A bit better. Quite a bit better. The back is, I don't know if it will ever be 100%, but I'm really at like 65, maybe like 70% now. I haven't hit the gym yet. I'm really looking forward to that, and I can't wait. Maybe I can do that soon. Maybe I can do that next week at the hotel. You know, we'll see. Although next week I'm not going to have my inverter, so I don't know how that's going to happen. But we shall see. We shall see. What else we have here? Don't care about that. Tether acquires minority stake in BitMe and leads to 30 million funding round. That's wild. There is a Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets Tom Riddle special collection Blood Diary is going on sale. What is going on sale? On September 4th. Will end on it'll end on September 4th. So I see if I can get that. We'll see. Japan is going to approve its first yen-denominated stablecoin as early as this fall. South Korea's financial regulator to submit stablecoin regulation bill in October. Amazing. Digital asset investment products saw 3.75 billion inflows, the fourth largest on record, driving assets under management to an all-time high of 244 billion. Thailand rolls out pilot program for tourists to convert crypto into bot for spending. Bitmain's crypto holdings exceed 6.61 billion, including 1.52 million ETH tokens. Strategies acquired more Bitcoin, as I said before. There was a guy at the poker table the other day, legit showing nudes to people. It was wild. I don't know if I will ever get over it. Oh, here's me 11 years ago at New York City in Nintendo World. It was fun. I didn't have my Donkey Kong yet. Oh, and there's a few years ago, my boy Lyda. That's why I actually tried to buy another Harry Potter collectible. Me and Brittany in New York City as well. Hallelujah! Shout out to Brittany for giving me that, taking that photo. Hallelujah is raining men. Bro, Samwise Gamgee is such a based character. I love him. Reminder. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Blockchain lender Figure Technology U.S. IPO filing reveals revenue surge of 22% in the first half of 2025. South Korea orders exchanges to halt crypto lending services until new guidelines are established. And Illinois governor signs new crypto oversight laws targeting exchanges and ATMs. That's wild. Today Tuesday? Oh, today's Wednesday. What is this webinar? Okay. Hello, partners. We're hosting a special webinar for partners on August 21st at it's tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, designed to set you up for success with the VeVe Partner Program. Here is your exclusive link. Here's what we'll cover. What is Impact.com? How to set up your account, navigating the platform. I've been using this for a while. So I'm probably going to skip that. Don't miss the amazing opportunity to grab tips, learn the tools, and make the most of your VeVe partnership. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. We'll see. Digital asset treasuries now control over 2% of total Ethereum supply. Tether appoints former White House Crypto Council Executive Director Bo Hines as strategic advisor for digital assets and U.S. strategy. That's why he stepped down. Okay. Wyoming State debuts U.S. dollar stablecoin on 7 blockchains. Kindly MD acquires 5,744 Bitcoin to expand Nakamoto Bitcoin Treasury. And Sharplink has acquired 143,593 Ethereum at $4,648, bringing total holdings to 740,760 Ethereum. That is insane. SEC Chair Paul Atkins discussed Project Crypto today at Wyoming Blockchain Symposium. Oh, my friend. Hi, Rachel. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce says, we welcome small early-stage crypto projects to meet with us in Chicago on September 15th. My daddy's coming home on July 14th. Okay, that is verifying. Oh, bro, I want this Pokemon chess set. This looks so cool, right? Like, hold on, can I? Bro, the Magikarp are pawns. That's hysterical. Oh, it looks so cool. Maybe I'll get it. All right, who the fudge are you? Okay, we're going to copy the clipboard. And we're going to paste. I don't know who the fudge is texting. I don't know this number. Who the fuck is this? I'm Alaska. I don't know the fuck you got this number, boy. But you're gonna options. Why can't I block you? All right, block. I don't need to report you as spam, but you are gonna get blocked though. Oh no. Want me to meow you? Meow. Need some Pepto-Bismol? Bro, y'all remember at The end of Spaceballs. And the alien pops out the dude's stomach. And this black guy's like, get this guy some Pepto-Bismol. I don't know why that was so funny. Oh God, Spaceball. I can't wait for Spaceballs 2. The search for more money. Con Air. Oh yeah, that was the my daddy's coming home on July 13th. Every July 13th, I always watch Con Air. I don't think I did this year. Oh, maybe I did. I think I did. Yeah. Not that kind of hurt. Oh, gotcha. Is alcohol helping? I feel like alcohol should help this, right? Rubbing alcohol for outside boo-boos, drinking alcohol for inside boo-boos. Why does love always feel like a battlefield? A battlefield. A battle. All right, sorry. Where were we here? Reducto. Yep. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why is there so much of this? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Go into June 4th. All right. What is VeVe doing? Are they hiring right now? Unfortunately, we are not hiring at this time. All right, VeVe. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What do you think of Naked Gun with Liam Neeson? So I actually never saw Naked Gun. Love Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's great. The fact that he is dating Pam Anderson, good for. All right, so I don't know why women just tear each other down like this, because is Pam Anderson as hot as she was 30? None of us are. None of us are as hot as we were 10 years ago. And then I was like, yeah, Liam Neeson's like dating Pam Anderson now. Like, good for him. It's like, oh, she's ugly now. It's like, first off, how dare you? Second off, why do you need to say that? I don't know. I understand. Like, for example, I grew up on South Park. I grew up on Simpsons. I grew up on Howard Stern, the Miss Butterface contest. You don't know what that is? It's when girls with really awesome bodies, but they had like not great faces, they entered this competition called the Miss Butterface contest, where everything looks good but her face. And they were getting money for it, so they were winning, right? Like they were winning. And yeah, they got the right girls to do this, because like they would come on stage with like the whatever comedian that was, the brown paper bag on their head, and the bodies are just like, oh my god, this girl's hot. I'm gonna take the bag off, and it's like, okay, see, we're in this competition. And again, they're getting money for it. It's all in good fun. It's for entertainment. I would never go up to. I don't know nowadays. Like, even if I'm with friends, right? Even if like we're like, and somebody brings up a random person like Liam Neeson, Taylor Swift is beautiful, right? Not that Liam Neeson's not, but like even if they bring up like whatever celebrity, and even if the celebrity's like not that good looking, I would never go and be like, oh, that dude is so ugly. Like, oh, that chick is disgusting. Like, I would never do that. The amount of women that I speak going like, oh, she's so gross. And it's like, excuse the heck out of me. Um, gotta leave some classics alone. I should watch the one. Everything's good, but my man, you get it. You get it. Did you get a chance to watch David Yu interview collectively? I have not. Again, it has been a very stressful 10 days for me. A very, very, I did not even stream. I streamed yesterday. I did not stream on Monday. I had a 30-minute stream on Sunday. It was a very stressful 10 days for me. I haven't been able to do anything. There was something that there was a couple things that I did that I definitely wanted to do. But for the most part, yeah, I don't know. You like South Park? Have you seen Trey Parker's first film, Cannibal the Music? No, but that sounds great. I saw Basketball, and Basketball was fantastic. Well, I saw it when I was like 12, so maybe it wasn't that good. Uh, true. I didn't mean turtle. Okay, go upstairs, go this, go that, and then okay. I don't care about that. Oh, I don't care about that either. Okay, Coca-Cola stuff. When's that Coca-Cola thing comes out on Saturday? What has the VeVe app been doing here the last day or so? All right, latest drops. Ultraman. Guarantee this one made like $2,000, if that. Delivery, carbon neutral. All right, additions. 206 times 15. Oh, it made $3,000. Very good. Very good. Very good, Ultraman. Vision, I don't think did that well. Cul-de-sac, I don't think did that well. Toy Story, I'm very surprised. It did pretty well. A lot of other stuff, a lot of the comics, Fantastic Four ones did really well. Then we have Fantastic Four number 291. First appearance of Herbie. Okay. Okay. It's still going to be 3,000. All right, additions. Yep, it's going to be 3,000. I don't know if there's going to be any. And when does this come out? Does it come out tomorrow? Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. Very good. Very good. David Payne says, David Terminator skull on his desk behind. Last interview is flex-worthy, bro. Terminator's so good. Terminator was really cool. The first, I really enjoyed the first three. Like, I don't know why, but the third one I really liked too. It was still cool. Like, first one's great, second one's great. I love the third one. I feel like that one's only one that I love. And I've seen a few. Genesis, I think I like too. Even though it was not, I just like Arnold. I like all of these things, and even if it's not great, even if it's like, it wasn't like the first or second, even if it wasn't good, I still like new content with my favorite characters. It's like, let's say you have a friend that, on their best day, like they're awesome, and on their best day, they're good, they're funny, they have these one-liners, they make you feel good, they're always excited to see you. But if that person is like, let's say depressed, there's some mental illness, and they're not always on, like, do you just never want to see, like, obviously you'd rather see them on a good day as opposed to a bad day, but I'll take seeing a good friend on a bad day as opposed to never seeing them again. And so I would rather see more Terminator, more Toy Stories, more of these characters that we know and love, even if it's not their best thing. Like, I at least get to spend more time with them. I just never understood why people don't, like, understand that. It's like, okay, like, in humans, like, a wedding's supposed to be like a happiest day of like people's lives, right? That's the perfect ending. Like, okay, does that mean you don't get to, it's happily ever after? What happens ever after? What happens the day after tomorrow? What happens the day after that wedding? Do you just never hang out with your friends again or hang out with your spouse because, oh, that was a perfect day, and now, no, no, that's silly. That's silly. I like the Terminator stuff. I know I'm getting way off track here. But yeah, Terminator Skull is dope. Yeah. John asks, let's go daCat. Love daCat. I gotta write more. I feel like I'm not doing enough, and I'm doing as much as I possibly can. T2 is my coming of age core memory. Guns N' Roses on the soundtrack. You could be mine. Ooh, what was my all right coming of age core memory? I mean, I guess there's a couple of transitions you go through, right? Like, you go through like Rugrats was on back in the day, and it dealt with stuff that you would go through as like a kid. It's like, okay, gotta go with mommy to do her errands, boring stuff, or like, Spike runs away, or like, suddenly you're the parent, like when Stu knocks his head and suddenly he's like a kid, and the kid's like, I miss my dad. My dad's not the same. So helps you transit. Hey Arnold was really good. Well, I'll go to Recess first, because Recess I freaking love the shit out of. And watching Recess again, as I haven't watched Recess in a long time, but watching Recess again as an adult, it just gives you that different perspective, because in there's one episode where Muriel Miss Finster, right? Like the crotchety old lady. I was like, you know, always like she employs Randall to like rat on the other kids. Like, I'll get you, Detweiler. I'll make sure you, you know, are punished. It seems like she hates kids, right? And she probably does. Um, she's good friends with Ashley Spinelli's like parents. You know, she's been a family friend for a while because she was friends with Ashley Spinelli's grandma. So she probably might have babysat, you know, Spinelli's mom or dad, you know, whoever, when they were younger. And they say like, hey, you know, this lady's like has a retirement party. Miss Finzer, you should come. And she's like, I don't, you know, I don't go to retirement parties. They depress me. Now, granted, I come at this from a completely different point of view. Retirement parties where I'm from in the military go hard. That is such a good freaking, oh my god. That is such a good time because when you retire, you're like 38, 41, you know, you're in that range. You're still pretty young. You can go hard at your, let's say young. You're not like 65, right? But retirement parties for a lot of other people, it kind of marks like, okay, what do you do? Some people die like a couple years after they retire because they have no purpose. You have Miss Finster say like, I don't go to them. They depress me because it's like the end of usefulness for a lot of people. You retire, okay, you're done. What's your point in life? What do you do? How do you deal with that? And a lot of people have no idea how to deal with that. So like that says to her as an older person, she doesn't want to do that because that holds up to a mirror to her face, reminding her of kind of what she doesn't want to accept. So the parents go and say like, okay, well, we're gonna go. Could you watch Ashley, you know, our kids, Ashley Spinelli this weekend? And she's like, yeah, sure, you know, love to do that. So she takes her to like, we got to go do our hair. We got to go do this. We got to go food shopping, and it's like the most like again, Ashley Spinell is like she's like fourth grade. What are you like 8 years old, 9 years old? And she's on the phone with her friend TJ, and she's like, TJ, I knew she was like old and crotchety and angry and hated kids, but I didn't think she was this boring. Spencer hears that, and she goes to her room and she looks at a picture of her and Spinelli's grandmother when they were younger in their 20s. And she says to herself, like, is it true, Muriel? Have you gotten boring? And that as in, and again, I'm 34, right? I'm not like anywhere near old, but even in like, so when I was living with my friend Mark years ago and he had this and I was in my 20s, right? And his daughter was like this teenager to be like, you're old. I was like, I am 27, young lady. Like, don't even. It's so weird. Like, even when you're like 24, you're in that weird age where teens think you're old, but anyone 40 and older treats you like you're 12 because, oh, you're 24, you haven't done anything yet. You know, like bitch, I've got medals from the military. Like I've done shit, you know? Um, Getting older is weird. Getting older is strange. But recess, you know, for that, like, I don't know, that helps you get. Rugrats is when you're like younger. Recess is when you're like still young, you know, and you have these fun stories. But then watching as an adult, it's like again holds up that mirror to you. And that movie, the Recess movie, I really really like. I still watch that movie every couple of years because of the fact that I don't know, something about, and this is why I think Sandlot is so good. It teaches it just that summer. And I have a friend right now that's like, that she's a teacher and she's like, hey, this is the last week of summer, right? This is the last week of summer, and I'm gonna enjoy this last day in the sun before she has to go back to the day job, to the I love summer, and me will always be friends. This summer I got cooked because I've been like paralyzed for the last year, right? But and slowly getting better as summer comes to an end, which uh, I feel like God gets a kick out of really really torturing me. Um, but save that for another podcast. Um, love summer. So in the Recess movie, where they go to their they have this summer before they enter the fifth grade. They have this procession. King Bob moves on and all that. And it's just an adventure with your friends in the summer, and that was so important to me back in the day. And same thing with Sandlot. It's just like just you and your friends, and I got very lucky because there's that meme that says one day you and your friends rode your bikes together for the last time and you didn't know, and it's like, oh God, like rip my freaking heart to pieces, why don't you? Usually that coincides with somebody getting a girlfriend or somebody. Like, I was very lucky in that in my younger years where my girlfriend at the time was friends with, like, we had this like crew, like it was, oh my God. And that lasted for me for quite a while. um yeah, so I've been very, very lucky with my friendships, my relationships for forever. um so recess definitely helps with that. Coming of age, I think Hey Arnold really does a lot of that too, because then you take yourself out of school and you're in the boarding house a lot, and you like, okay, one of their friends, like Stinky is a, he's an actor, and then you have a, Mr. Huynh, who's a country western star now, and it's, you get to do things. It's like, hey, there are some people that have these really cool talents, and you might not be one of them, right? You might not have this talent, but you could be you could be adjacent to them, and you could, and it's just like how people deal with some of this fame and some of the wealth, and how it's, I don't know, that Hey Arnold is that still holds up. That's still really good. um because then around the times, like, okay, that you have your first crush, and maybe you do have a girlfriend, it's really cool. um let's get to some comments here. Robert Patrick, bro. Robert Patrick, there's a show called Scorpion where it's like a bunch of autists, a bunch of genius autistic people save the world every episode, and it's great. It is so good, and they have, so there's like genius, there's a mathematician, there's a engineer, there's a psychologist, and then they hook up with this waitress that can like talk to them, really empathetic, has a genius son, and then Cabe is a homeland security officer, agent, handler. So they have like, and Cabe, like, it is played by Robert Pattinson, played by T2, and he's so good. He is so good in this. Scorpion is a fantastic show. Pilot's amazing. Robert Patrick is great. Like, it's such a good show. There are not a lot of episodes that are like, eh. It's all really good. I there's a couple of times like, okay, crazy, but it's really good. And I will tell you this: the last episode of the series is a cliffhanger. It's like Kyle XY. It is like, are you kidding? Like, I'm still not over the way Kyle XY ended. And that was like 15 years ago. Okay, what, like, I feel like glue pickles. It took us 15 miles to get to, okay. Yeah, Kyle XY ended in like '09. And I am still not over the fact that they hit us with one of the biggest cliffhangers in Kyle XY history, in cinematic history. So same thing with Scorpion. I like, when I saw I was like, they Kyle XY'd us, and I'm still not. I'm not over both of them. I will, like, it's like Sopranos. It's like, what was that island mystery thing where they're all on the side? Lost. Like, the cliffhanger is just, bro. Anyway, Robert Patrick is great as Cade on Scorpion. So did you see Volkswagen is paywalling horsepower for their new Cal? $211 per year to get an additional 27 horsepower and 34 pound-foot of torque from the. That is bananas. I did not see that. And I agree. Hey Arnold, Recess are great. This is why we are friends. because you agree that two is some of the best cartoons, and it's weird. Like I feel like Disney Channel didn't have a lot of good cartoons, but Recess, and then Gravity Falls. My guy, Gravity Falls was such a freaking amazing, fantastic show, and it's unfortunate that I feel so bad for some of these. All right, so bring it back to Kyle XY for a minute. There is it's in the pilot of Kyle XY. He's at this computer and he doesn't really know how to like. Kyle XY is a weird show, but it's awesome. Basically, this kid wakes up in a forest, has like no memory of anything, right? Doesn't even know how to talk. They're like trying to get him through like, and he's at this computer. This lady shows him a game, and then his hearing is like super good, and he hears his next door neighbor playing piano, and it's Canon in D, and he says like it was the most beautiful sound in the world. It was part mathematics and part euphoria, because again, Canon in D. Oh my god! And he goes over and he like walks inside this lady's house, and he says like I knew that this sound, whatever it was meant to fill the world with joy and all who heard it with a flood of emotion. And he's watching this girl play. It's like, I can't believe these sounds are, I'm here. I can't believe my ears. I can't believe what I'm hearing. And then the girl's mother walks in, doesn't pay them any mind, says, Amanda, I'm home. And he says, it then struck me that not everyone could appreciate this miracle. And my sorrow grew for those who could not hear it. And and he like gets emotional. And I have the very same feeling for people that don't watch anime or don't watch cartoons because like, oh, so it's for kids, right? And it's just like I've always felt bad for people that had never really like worked out, that had never really gotten a fight, that like how much can you know about yourself if you don't get in a fight? Like how do you know like what you can take? Like you clearly don't know or like respect your body, like right? Especially if you don't work out. If you don't work out, like what do you do? Like God gave you a vehicle. Like it doesn't have to be God. It could be the people that created our universe gave you a vehicle, and you're not taking care of it. You're just like, bro, like what's the point of giving you this awesome body if you're like not going to use it and take care of it? Anyway, I feel really bad. I feel really sorry for people that they don't work out, they don't get runner's high, they don't take care of their body, and they don't watch cartoons because they think, oh, it's for kids. Like, they don't read comic books like, oh, it's for kids. They don't watch anime like, oh, it's Japanese cartoons. It's crazy, right? And granted, a lot of it is, but dude, Gravity Falls is such a I don't. Hey Arnold's great for the time. It holds up really well. There's some fantastic writing in Hey Arnold. Recess is good, but it's still a little more kid-like. Like Rugrats, for the most part, really just for kids. Although some of those episodes hold up, and it's fun. Recess, kind of similar, kind of the same thing. But, a little bit for older, but also really handles some situations there, and really good for adults in certain situations too. And Hey Arnold really gets that. Okay, now a little older, because it deals with a lot of adult stuff or adultier stuff, not really adult. But Gravity Falls is it's so funny, and it's a mystery. Like you didn't. Hey Arnold, you had these things, or okay, maybe Gerald and Phoebe might get together, and maybe Arnold and Helga, will they? Won't they? Will they? And then you have what's her name and Mr. Kakashka, Oscar. I freaking hate that man. He's such a useless waste of space. He should have been swallowed. Anyway, you have some really cool things that they do there, but there wasn't that much. There wasn't that much like episode to episode, like, oh yeah, they didn't carry those storylines. But that's all they do for Gravity Falls. It's just one big storyline. And yeah, each episode is its own independent thing, but it is an overarching story, and it's so you can watch that show not in like one sitting or anything. but get past first episode I think is good, second's good. Like third, there's one where they're like at a lake and it's like it's still funny, but it's not the best, right? But there are some where it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. Oh god, I love it so much. Yeah, the certain cartoons are great. Robert Patrick's brother Richard is a singer for the band 90s band Filter. They look nothing like. Interesting. I did not know that. I didn't know he had a brother. Good to hear. Car, sorry. Car. Oh yeah, I figured. Oh, Rocket Power was cool too. Dude, that opening. We are riders on a mission. That like they didn't have to go that hard, right? And then it had a Tony Hawk in there. The movies were good too. The Waikiki Mukau, like they had some cool things in there. Squid never unpacked his shorts. Twister was funny. There's just it was really I enjoyed that a lot too. Was it my favorite one? No, but that was still fun. I don't know if they really had a bunch of lessons on there. It was really cool. I felt like I don't know. It was really fun. Give me one sec. Who's congratulating what on who? Oh, very nice, very nice. When negotiate a bit more price coming out. Grab the unused one. I can wait for prices to go back up. I guess the price for a logo now is 4.5K, so that had dipped quite a bit, like 10%. Yeah, and it looks like an unused one at the floor too. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong said he believes that Bitcoin could reach 1 million by 2030. I agree with that. Ooh, babe. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh my god, why is there so many of these freaking while we slept, I don't care. God, it's not gonna matter. ROI, curious, start. Utility is happening. Oh geez. Donuts, haven't heard them. Oh, I love sleeping. A thumbs up. Did for donut. Oh god, donut sounds so good. Track going. Krispy Kreme. Oh damn, Metajohn. Bro, partner statue went to 1,050 and Metajohn just bought 4 of them. How does he walk around with his balls so big like that? Oh my god. What a bamf. He legit bought 4 partner statues today. What a badass mother flapper. Oh my god. Dude went ham sandwich on that. Oh, I don't need that. Okay, we put you over here. Just advises the movie Up. I have not oh shit. I have not seen it. Kids movie, I think it teaches kids how fast life is, helps them become grounded. It's a good one. It sounds like it's sad. Like it sounds like I heard the first few minutes are amazing, and then it's sad, and then it gets good. I mean, I've had enough sad and horrible things happen in my life that I don't need to watch sad things. Do I still watch Gilmore Girls and get my heart down certain things every time? Sure. Supernatural, sure. I don't. I try to keep things like, and again, sad things happen all the time, even very recently. But I can appreciate it if Justice League had some good ones too. But I know that set. Like I remember calling Steph like it's like a year ago, like because we were gonna go see Inside Out 2 when it came out, and she's like, well, you haven't seen the first one, like Like, no, I haven't. She's like, you got to see the first Inside Out. Like, we can't go see Inside Out 2 if you haven't seen the first one. And I was like, all right, fair point. So I go, and she's like, it's really good. Spoilers, if you haven't seen Inside Out 1. I watch it, and I hate sadness. I hate sadness with a passion. And then the little elephant dude that sacrifices himself so the others can live. I call her bawling my eyes out, like, why would you make me watch this? When what's his name died, he sacrifices himself for the greater good. Why would you make me watch this? And she's like, and I had to stop watching. She's like, no, keep going. It's really good. I was like, no, don't talk to me, criminal. And then I hung up. And then, of course, I watched the rest of it. But yeah, I hate sad movies because I feel like Thor in Avengers Endgame, where Thor's mom's like, life hasn't been too kind to you, has it? And I just like, oh my God, I can't do it. I like being around happy people. I like going and doing happy things. And I do not need to watch Up when it sounds like it brings the big sad. So no, thank you. You drink protein powder? I used to when I was working out a lot. I will again soon. The brand Dymatize, love Dymatize. Makes cocoa, Fruity Pebbles. Dunkin' Donuts, what? Dunkin' Donuts? I did not know Dymatize rose up like that. Yeah, Up is definitely a sad story, but good. Up is the best. Y'all are crazy. I ain't gonna catch my brown ass watching that. I ain't doing that. I will watch awesome stuff with not sad moments. I think so too. Be a rider on a mission. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, sorry. You got the Rocket Power theme stuck in my head. Oh my God. I'm never going to get back to these. And these are the messages on Twitter. I'm just not going to be able to. Anyway. All right. Where are we going here? We had stuff to go over. What was it? All right. So on tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, is Pokemon coming out with a horror game? Like, is Pokemon coming out with a horror game? Like, what is that? I don't know, but I am. It's not meant to be. Is that meant to be Saffron City? Maybe this is meant to be like Silkscope. Looks like there's blue liquid on the fence. I don't know what that could be. Maybe like Haunter or Ghastly type of liquid. I don't know. Maybe it's Lavender. I have no idea. But some Pokemon news tomorrow. Bing Bong, that's his name. Yeah, Rip and Bing Bong. I ain't about to have the big sad. And Definity Market says institutions won't move on hype; they move on structure, standards, and safeguards. That's the gap we're closing at. Okay, yeah. Therapy Pokemon update. Pokemon Company has teased a building incident related to Pokemon Legends ZA, and trailer release tomorrow. And so, yeah, it looks like a building incident. I'm going to say Silphscope in Saffron City. Now, they do have a rocket hideout in Celadon City, and they did also capture Mr. Pokemon over in Lavender Town. Now, I guess it could be maybe if it was the Vermilion City construction project, which hasn't taken off ever, but, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Yep. SEC Chair Paul Atkins to create framework that future-proofs the crypto markets against regulatory mischief. Omega Gem is coming. Cannot wait. VeVe Magic getting another partner statue. And that was on Monday. It's off to a great start. Excited for the week ahead. Decided my morning off with a bang and treated myself to an early birthday present. I'll see her next week. Yeah, a bunch of Akomi Secret Rare logo. Yep. Charles. Omega Gem is coming. Mr. Rolex with a mind-blowing surprise for crushing that VeVe official ultimate set holder competition. As a hardcore collector, the stuff is my life fuel. Chasing those perfect sets, mints, comics, rarities, scarcities, it's collecting heaven. I appreciate all the love and support to those who have reached out. This is a grail to me because he happened to get the Spider-Man Ultra Rare Animated 616. Hella big grip. Hella big grip. We need a good Pokemon game. Crazy how Pal World blew up despite it being bad. That's how desperate we are. There's a lot of really good Pokemon ROMs that are like hacks, obviously. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Guys, if you're a girl, you don't need to like Pokemon to like me or to get me to like you. Although liking Pokemon helps, obviously. But anywho, yeah, there are a couple really awesome Pokemon ROM hacks that are really good. I mean, and yeah, there's only so much that you can replay the old ones, whether it's Pokemon Conquest, I really liked. Pokemon Rumble, I really liked. There's a lot of really awesome stuff out there. You know, VeVe Official is pushing blogs on both physical and digital collectibles on their website, validating both collecting spaces. VeVe is driving more traffic to their platform and strengthening the bridge between traditional and Web3 collecting. Thought that was awesome. Bullish for Omi. Okay. Oh, my back. My other back. I feel like the fudders are people that talk about this like none of this matters if we can't get new users, and we're starting to. We are starting to get new users. That is going up slowly. But whether you have Omi to Gem or cash out or not, it's not going to matter unless you get new users. So I think they are starting to do some. They've already started to do things that have benefited the company, the active daily users, and I think that'll continue. But I think this move is pretty brilliant. A lot of companies would be too scared to do that. I think fortune favors the bold with this. Yep. Okay. The Mint 1995 Buzz Lightyear was sold for $3,000, which is dope. Dope AF. President Trump says Fed Chair Jerome Powell is destroying the housing market. There is no inflation. Every sign is pointing to a major rate cut. I don't know about that, fam. All right. How is this good for Omi if people that want to cash out have to sell the Omi? Am I missing something? Foster says, great question. It gives exposure to Omi for new users who would not have previously used or known about it previously. Gives utility to the token, further cementing its use case. It allows us to incorporate rewards and benefits for users to participate with Omi in the ecosystem. 4, every purchase of gems with Omi burns the tokens from circulating supply. 5, easily enables Web3 crypto users to enter the ecosystem outside of having to cash out for the crypto into fiat first. 6, creates demand and buy pressure as the platform grows and users want to participate with the token. There are more benefits, but hopefully this gives you a bit of an overview. If someone's saying VeVe was the non-crypto friendly for the masses, how does this work with that? Foster Hill says, David and Dan mentioned in their business update, the intention is to move more towards Web3. Our goal is to lower the barriers to entry for the masses and abstract away as much as possible to make the whole process work for everyone. Agreed. Brock McBlockchain says, hey, BankerBot, what's the most creative way someone has used your services to profit? And talking really wild, and then can you suggest something even crazier? Someone deployed a token called Cornbread on Clanker and set up a 7-day lockup for 20% of the supply. They then used our automation tool to buy $1 of cornbread every hour for 7 days straight. The constant buys created a nice looking chart, and then when the locked tokens vested, they rugged. Not a bad little scheme, to be honest. Something even crazier would be deploy a token, lock up 90% of the supply, and then use our airdrop tool to send 1% of the supply to every single Banker Club member, then automate a buy of 0.01% of the remaining supply every 30 minutes for the next 30 days and see what happens. That is crazy. And it could work. That is just crazy enough to work. I need to go over that. I got rugged $5 on that one. That is wild. Beautiful chart. Don't trust it yet. We'll be able to do ourselves. Mr. Squeebs, thanks for getting back to me, man. Cryptoids having a big update. So we are temporarily closing all content drops on Cryptoids as we prepare for an exciting relaunch. Stay tuned for more info. I am curious. I'm very curious what Cryptoids is doing. That's hysterical. It's also hysterical. Is this from yesterday? So, my God. JL says crypto is more frictionless. Credit cards have max spending and limits. OMI will allow all whales to move more easily to sweep floors. Can't believe people can't see this by now. Agreed. Switching from analog to digital brings exponential rising prices. Crypto is better than the dollar. OMI is better than gems or dollars. Jay says price will just be where supply and demand. When people want to buy the cheapest collectible, they have to buy them using OMI, according to some people, which creates buy pressure. Agreed. That's hysterical. Jason Payne says Randy drops a letter to the founders and they respond with a massive OMI swing. That's power. That is not something that I also did myself. It just happened to be coincidence. They've been working on this for quite a while. Nope. Bill Gardner is only here for the Randy Foster hot tub streams, even though I've only done that with taps. Interoperability framework, which is being developed by Stacker, is not talked about enough. They are making a platform where other NFT projects can enforce royalties. If they integrate OMI on there, it could be dope. Up Crypto says, I believe OMI has the potential to play the same role for partner IPs that XRP does for global payment systems. By positioning OMI and becoming a transport crypto that seamlessly connects brands, ecosystems, and users across VeVe partnerships. This is very wise. Akomi and VeVe official making OMI the economic driver of their ecosystem is one of the most bullish high IQ moves in crypto. The cost to underpin the entire VeVe economy with OMI is substantially cheaper, faster, and more fluid than gems, and that's the point of crypto. If you're buying crypto and don't get this, you're missing the whole game. Big partnerships can't really do anything with gems, but they can seamlessly integrate with OMI, even if those brands tokenize themselves in the future. The regulatory landscape is finally clearing and paving the way for crypto to move forward without constant shadow of security concerns. What's coming next will be more progressive than anyone expects. The Conjuring has a popcorn bucket with Annabelle, and then nope. Oh, when my friends say Randy, oh my God, love that. Who this? Who that? Wes says breaking news. Dr. Stuff bets Crypto Cosmo 20 million OMI that we will no longer need KYC in order to use VeVe. I will agree with that as well. Elon Musk is considering backing JD Vance in 2028 rather than starting a new party, per the Wall Street Journal. Given this is Wall Street Journal, I have no idea if this is true, but if it is, I am all for it. Stacker weekly recap. 587 transactions with an OMI trading volume of 94.9 million. 181 wallets buying and 253 wallets selling. Top 3 collectibles by volumes: VeVe gold and silver logo, OMI secret rare logo, and partner statue. 1.898 million OMI tokens have been burned from the circulating supply. Love it. And you have Sven Dungeons with 555 ultimate apex predators. Uncommon T-Rexes is insane. And that'll probably be it for me today. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all later. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Never mind, I'll find someone like